Welcome one and welcome all to my channel and to Atheist Church. And we already have a super chat. Thank you, Paul Camish. Hi, Lisa. Have a cup of tea on me. If you buy coffee, I will require a full refund. Thank you very much, Paul. Actually, I drink both, so I think I'm okay on that one. So anyway, um, I do want to bitch about not YouTube per se, but AdSense. Um, I have not gotten paid, and I have reached threshold. And people who do AdSense will know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. But if you have had this problem where you have reached threshold and not gotten paid, um, DM me on Twitter or something and let me know how to resolve that issue. Okay, so now that I've bitched about AdSense, are you ready for some more bullshit? Hey, Nevermore. Alrighty. So, welcome to Atheist Church. And today is about the judgment seat of Christ and the great white throne judgment. Now, I don't know about all churches. This 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 is about the Catholic Church. I mean, not the Catholic Church. Sorry, the Baptist Church. Any kind of Baptist, and there's a bunch of flavors of Baptist, but any kind of Baptist church out there is going to teach this. Now, I'm not quite okay. The judgment seat of Christ, I have no idea how they got the judgment seat of Christ. I'll explain what the judgment seat of Christ is supposed to be in a little while. But let's get to the great white throne judgment first. That's okay, Junk Shop. You didn't miss much. I was just bitching. And so let's get to the great white throne judgment first. What Baptists call the great white throne judgment is actually biblical if you believe all that shit, which I don't, but that's another story. So, the great white throne judgment is when Christ is supposed to separate the sheep from the goats. And you know what? If I'm considered a goat and not a sheep, that's fine. Because I don't want to be a sheep anyway. I don't want to be a mindless person who drones on and on and on like Discount Hovind. And if you don't know who Discount Hovind is, go to Cyrus's channel. Or John Morris Pendleton. If you don't know who he is, go to Logic's channel, and he's got a series on John Morris Pendleton. Hello, I'm a Scientist. And they basically rip off of Kent Hovind. And of course, Kent Hovind doesn't mind it. Well, he can't because he's never copyrighted his shit. And by the way, Kent, if you ever listen to this, which you probably won't, but if you ever listen to this, there's a reason you don't copyright your shit. And that's because it's not worth copywriting, you idiot. You know this already. And I know you know you're lying. So don't even give me that shit. All right. Rant over. Hey, Cryptomaria. So anyway, let's get back to the Great White Throne Judgment. Okay, the goats and the sheep. I don't want to be a sheep. If I'm a goat, that's fine. You know what? And I'm going to tell you something else too. If the Bible is true, which it isn't, especially not the New Testament, I've already proven that in Prologue to Hezekiah. The Prologue to Hezekiah's story. If you have not seen that, go back. Um, I listened to a rabbi. I don't agree with his beliefs, but at least he knows his stuff and he knows how to discount Christianity altogether. His name's Tovia Singer, and I use a video of his, a few clips of the video of his, uh, in Prologue to Hezekiah's story. So go see that. But anyway, moving on. Hey, asexual. So moving on. You know, if a sheep is going to be like a mindless person parroting Kent Hovind, or I mean just anybody else, it doesn't have to be somebody as stupid as Kent. I mean, come on. When you're talking about Kent, you're talking about the bottom of the barrel. I mean, if you are copying Kent, like his son Eric Hovind, or John Morris Pendleton, or Discount Hovind, you've got more problems than you realize. Okay? Just saying. All of his arguments have been debunked. And in fact, Aaron Ross doing a debunk. And yeah, you're welcome, everybody whose channel I'm shouting out. Aaron Ross doing a debunk on his creationism seminar. Uh, great, great debunk. And you know, so go to his channel if you want. But watch mine first. Watch mine first. Okay? He's not live right now. Um anyway, so yeah, I don't want to be a sheeple. I'm fine being a goat. I am fine being a goat, you know. And they think that's like some kind of a slap in the face, and it's not. Yes, asexual atheist. Thank you very much. I couldn't remember the I couldn't remember the name of the series. The name of the series is Supposed Lies in the Textbooks. So yeah, he's doing that right now. So anyway, so I don't want to be a sheeple. I'm fine being a goat. You know what? And if the Bible is true and it's not, I've already shown that, okay? But even if the Bible was true, I would rather go to hell than suck God's dick for the rest of all eternity. I would. And I think a lot of other atheists are with me on this one. If the God of the Bible existed, but he doesn't. And anyway, so the Great White Throne Judgment is supposed to be where Jesus separates the sheep from the goats. You know, I know, really, really asexual atheist. You know what a shepherd does? I don't know if anybody of you knows what a shepherd is really there for. You know, a shepherd, yeah, he will go get a sheep out of the mouth of a lion or a bear or whatever the fuck was around at that time. Yeah, he'll do that. He'll risk his life for the sheep. But why is he risking his life for the sheep? Because he's gonna fucking sell it for meat. Or if you were in Israel, for a goddamn sacrifice. Blood for the blood god. And by the way, I did make a design. It's on my Teespring, Blood for the Blood God. Exactly. 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 So I do have Blood for the Blood God t-shirts on Teespring, and not just t-shirts. I've also got a bunch of other shit. So if you want that, go to my Teespring store, link in the description. Um, but yeah, I mean, they guard their sheep not because they care about their sheep. They guard their sheep because they're going to sell it, whether it's for sacrifice or for meat or whatever the fuck else they sell sheep for. That's why they guard the sheep. It's not about the well being of the sheep. I never got that. Never in a million years did I get that. Even when I was a Christian. So, um, so yeah. Um, thanks for comparing me to a dumb fucking sheep, Jesus. Which I don't think the Jesus in the New Testament existed. I think he's a I think they took a bunch of Messiah figures and just put them all together, added a few uh hocus pocus shit in there, and you know, exactly, purple. Anyway, didn't mean to go off on that tangent. Okay, so the great white throne judgment, the separation of the sheep and the goats. This is this is the only quote unquote judgment that can be found in the Bible. According to the Baptists, there's another judgment after the great white throne judgment, and this judgment is the judgment seat of Christ, and this judgment is only for the Christians. So, you got the godless atheists and Hindus and Muslims and everybody else being thrown into the lake of fire without a second thought, you know. And I'm just telling you, their narrative, okay? I'm telling you their narrative because I was in this shit for 40 years. Um, so, after all the godless are thrown into the lake of fire forever and ever, where the worm dieth not, and the something is not quenched. I don't know. Can't believe I forgot that verse. It was drilled into me from a young age. Hey, Lisa, that's okay. You can come in your nightie. And so anyway, um, after all the ungodly people have been thrown into the lake of fire forever and ever and ever and ever, right? Then, according to the Baptists, at least, I don't know about other branches of Protestantism, you have the judgment seat of Christ, which is just Christians. And according to the Baptists, this is, I know, right? Nevermore. This is when the Christians get judged for their deeds on earth. Now, excuse me, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't wasn't the whole point of Jesus coming to earth and dying on the cross, which is absolutely positively horrible that they worship a God who would do something like that to begin with, okay? Don't get me started on that. But um wasn't the whole point of Jesus coming and dying on the cross, according to the New Testament, to cover our sins and take away our sins so that we're like, you know, you're purified and all that shit? I mean, because that's what I was taught. So why the fuck are Christians going to be judged based on their actions if Jesus has already covered their sins? What other actions are there to judge? Well, yeah, I know that, Lisa. Yeah, I know. I'm just pointing out how this doesn't make any sense at all. This doesn't make any sense at all. Because if Jesus died for your fucking sins, then what does he have to judge? Seriously. What does he have to judge? Doesn't make any fucking sense. Right? Hi, Otangelo. Okay, Otangelo. Um, let me say that again for you. No, Tangelo, because he's already thrown the sinners into the lake of fire in the great white throne judgment. The judgment seat of Christ is only for the Christians. So if Jesus died for Christians and their sins, what the fuck is he judging? What? It doesn't make any fucking sense. No fucking sense whatsoever. No fucking sense whatsoever. Nevermore, are you talking about Santa Muerte? Or however you pronounce it? Okay, Crypto, I'm not gonna kink shame. Uh, so anyway, yeah, I mean, come on. If Jesus died to forgive you of your sin, what the fuck is he judging you on then? I mean, all the godless people, according to your fucking book, have been cast into the lake of fire already because of the great white throne judgment, separation of the sheep and the goats, which, by the way, is the only judgment in the Bible, okay? But then Baptists believe there's another judgment, the judgment seat of Christ. And I'm going through this again because of Otangelo. Okay, Otangelo. You know what, Otangelo? I'd rather spend eternity in hell than suck God's dick for eternity. Anyway, going on. Hopefully we will get some believers in here that are not as, I can't call Otangelo blind. I I don't like that word. I would say he's misinformed. Okay? Please do not attack Otangelo. But you know, he's trying to convert us, junk shop. Ain't that the truth, nevermore? Hey, godless sewing. You know what? Logic is also down there. So he gets some logic too. Uh, as in the logic channel. Yeah, I love you, but you better I love you, but you you better love and obey and serve me or I'm gonna burn you in hell for all eternity. Yeah, that sounds like love. That really sounds like love, Otangelo. Yeah, great. Sounds like love to me. Of course it doesn't. What the fuck do you believe? You believe, I'll tell you what you believe in. You believe in a monster. That's what you believe in. You believe in a monster. No, he didn't, Otangelo. You know what? Because if you believe the fucking Bible, and I'm sorry to go off on another tangent, but I want to address Otangelo here. Otangelo, because if you believe the fucking Bible, he made the fucking problem to begin with. So why should we suck his dick for eternity for saving us from a problem that he created in the first place? And I'm pretending that he exists right now. Of course, he doesn't. but I'm pretending he exists just for your fucking amusement, Otangelo. Jesus fucking Christ. Anyway, you know what, Otangelo? What you need to do? What you need to do? Go watch Logic's channel. I'll put it in the chat. Logic. Type that into the YouTube search bar and it'll take you to Logic's channel. So anyway, yeah. Um yeah, that's what I want to know, Lisa. I mean, if you really if you want to take the parable of um Lazarus and the rich man, if you want to take that to heart, it doesn't say that the rich man burns. It doesn't. It says he's separated from God and he's. You got to be kidding me, Otangelo. Whoever wrote the book of Revelation was on mushrooms. I mean, seriously. There are some mushrooms you shouldn't eat, people. Of course, I can't eat any mushrooms at all because I'm allergic. But anyway, Otangelo, you need to listen very closely to me. Okay? I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. All right. Listen very closely. If you think that your religion is correct, okay, but you think Islam is the wrong religion, then what you need to do, and I'm serious here, look into Islam and compare Islam to Christianity, and then after you compare Islam to Christianity, you take the same things that led you to Christianity, okay? Take the same thought process, apply it to Islam, and if it can work for Islam like it can work for Christianity, you've got a problem. You've got a major problem. And yes, it is asexual atheist. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And anybody who doesn't have the blinders on is going to tell you that. You know what, Otangelo? Christians, when they say stuff like that, and I'm not even going to put it on the screen because that's disgusting. When people say stuff like that, when Christians say stuff like that, it really makes you look like a sadistic masochist because it makes you look like you are looking forward to the point in time where people actually suffer. And that's a sadomasochistic thing to do. And I would suggest, if you don't want people to think of you that way, you think about your choices in life and you think about your goddamn religion. And like I said, go to Islam. And if you can apply the same logic that led you to Christianity to Islam, then you've got a problem, because then you have two different religions telling you two different things that your logic or lack thereof tell you are true. And they can't both be true. So you learn more about Islam, okay, Artangelo? You learn more about Islam, then you take the same thought processes that led you to Christianity and apply them to Islam, and you come back and you talk to me. Don't talk to me. Don't, don't, you can come into my chats, okay? I don't care. You can come into my chats. It's a free society. I don't give a shit. But until you do that, don't talk to me. Oh, Tangela, we just went over this. No, he went to a place that was separated from God, and it doesn't say he was tormented. All it said was that he was thirsty. Learn how to read, you illiterate fool. And by the way, Hades is a Greek god. It is not a place. Hades is a Greek god. It is not a place. Hey, Gur, thanks. Oh, Tangelo riled me up. Thank you, Gur. Thank you for that compliment. This is true, Junk Shop. This is true. And let me ask you something, Otangelo. Jesus, if he existed, was a Jew. Jews don't believe in hell. Why the fuck would Jesus believe in hell if he existed? Occasionally, we don't have a fucking soul. You have to prove, scientifically that we have a soul, and you cannot do that. Yes, please click the like button. What's a great point, Gur? Yeah, if you like me going off on tangents like this, then you can please, or hit the hit the thumbs down button. I don't care. Hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. I don't give a shit. This is true, asexual. This is true. So, tell me, Otangelo, if there's only one interpretation of your book, then why are there thousands of denominations? Lisa, because he's been brainwashed into saying it. That's why. Okay, you know what, Otangelo? Unless you want to do more than quote Bible scripture, because I guarantee you I know more about your fucking Bible than you do. Hey, African humanist, unless you want to do more than quote your fucking Bible at us, you can leave. Because most of us know your Bible more than you know yourself. Okay? That's why we're atheists, you fucking moron. That's right, girl. That's right. So we don't care what your fucking book says, Otangelo. We don't care. Yeah, Otangelo, show us the verse that says that. Show us the verse that says that. Actually, don't. Because I told you, unless you want to add something to the conversation, don't go quoting Bible verses. Because I guarantee you, I know the Bible better than you do. Otangelo, you're not right. That's that's what's wrong with you Christians. You think you're right. What if the Muslims are right? What if the Hindus are right? What if the Buddhists are right? What if Confucianists are right? What if Taoists are right? We can play this what if all the time, Otangelo. It doesn't make any fucking difference. Oh, how do I know that? Because the Bible is a bunch of fairy tales. That's why. And if you ever did your fucking homework, you would know that. Germania, Rage's stream. The Raging Atheist. We've been in streams together. We've been in streams together. Of course, he doesn't let me get much in because he's a fucking misogynist. Oh, Tangelo, because I've read the fucking Bible, and the fucking Bible makes no fucking sense. That's how I know it. That's how I know it. And it is historically and scientifically inaccurate. So don't ask me that fucking question again because it's moronic. Your book, Otangelo, is a bunch of bullshit. Germania, I don't care what the fuck he says. I don't care what the fuck he says. So, anyway, your book is a bunch of bullshit. And I'll tell you what else. There are a lot of books that didn't make it into the Bible. Why didn't they make it into the Bible? You know why they didn't make it into the Bible? Because of the Council of the fucking Nicaea. I have a series on that. I did it way back when I first started my channel. Council of Nicaea. Go fucking look it up. That's why the books of the Bible are there. Council of Nicaea. Jesus fucking Christ, Otangelo. We're not doing that. Anyway, so if you want to believe the fucking Bible, fine. I don't give a shit. Spend your whole life enslaved to a God who threatens you with eternal hellfire for nothing whatsoever, for being the way he made us to be. Okay. And I'm granting the premise that he exists, but he doesn't. Okay. But let's just pretend he does. All right. He punishes us for how he made us to be. That's it. What kind of an idiot God does that? What kind of an idiot God does that? Thank you, Germania. Yeah, I can be very animated in my live streams. Oh, yeah, Lisa, I know a lot more than Otangelo because Otangelo thinks that the world was created in 4004 BCE. Otangelo, question for you. Why is Göbekli Tepe 12,000 years old? 6,000 years before your fucking creation myth. And by the way, while I'm on this topic, the Bible, if you want to believe the Bible, which you shouldn't, but if you want to believe the Bible never says how old the earth is. Never, never. Read it, Otangelo. I dare you. I dare you to read it. Because you know what? You will never find in there that the earth is 6,000 fucking years old. Yeah, I can't remember the name of that one. Um, it's very close to Göbekli Tepe. Um, but I can't remember the name of that one. Oh yeah, he uses the debunked Shroud of Turin a lot, Junk Shop. He loves using he loves using debunked shit from 50 years ago. Update your knowledge, Otangelo. Update your knowledge. Anyway, wow, I sure didn't mean to get that animated on Atheist Church. Yeah. Yeah, and the Arabs invented the zero. Don't forget that. And while medieval Europe was mired in Christianity that wanted to pull us back into the darkest of the dark ages, there was a beacon of light shining just west of Europe in the Arab Empire. Suck on those nuts, Otangelo. Aw, thank you, Lisa. So anyway, yeah, I like it when Otangelo comes in here because I get to be I get to be more lively. I get to be more lively. You know what? But Otangelo can't pass his shit past me because I know my shit, and I know my shit better than he knows his shit. In fact, I know his shit better than he knows his shit, and I know my shit. You know, Otangelo, you get more flies with honey than with vinegar. You know that, don't you? So anyway, thank you, Ox. Ox says Otangio equals lies and stupidity at its best. LMFAO, which for people you that don't know, it means laughing my fucking ass off. I don't know whether anybody didn't know that or not, but just in case you didn't, it means laughing my fucking ass off. So anyway, oh, native, his premises got shot down many, 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 many times. Many, 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 many times. Hey, Ox, thanks for the super chat. Oh, he probably thinks they're demons, Lisa. If I know my fundamentalism, which unfortunately I do because I grew up in fundamentalism, It's what he thinks, unless it's changed, which I don't think it has. It doesn't know how to change, unless it's to spew more hatred. Oh, Tangelo, I've told you this before on Rage's Stream. Do not quote to us your fucking moronic shit. Because if you don't know how to put it in your own words, then you don't know it. If you don't know how to put it in your own fucking words, you don't know it. So all you're doing when you quote somebody else is to make yourself look stupid. Asexual, I still try to reach him. I think he's gone. Like, you know, I think he's way too gone for that, but you know, I don't care. I I don't care what you did with the ACA. If you don't know the argument in your own words, then you don't know the fucking argument. Case closed. We don't want you quoting from fucking scientific papers that, number one, you don't understand, and number two, don't even support you in what you believe. Because I can guarantee you, Otangelo, you don't read past the abstract. In fact, I don't even know if you know there's a scientific paper past the abstract. Try reading. Who cares about Richard Dawkins? Who who the fuck cares about Richard Dawkins? He's a fucking man. What do you know about genetics, Otangelo? I'm willing to bet you don't know a whole lot because you've proven that you don't know a whole lot. You've proven you don't know a whole lot about anything. I'm sorry. I know that's rough. I know that's rough for me to say. And I really, really, really am sad that I have to say that, Otangelo. But you don't really know a fucking thing. You don't. DNA does not store digital information. DNA is chemicals, you fucking moron. Anyway, um, thanks, African humanist. He's just fun to mess with. You know, he's just fun to mess with. And by the way, I do talk to him because, you know, I think he's got a good heart. Like deep down, I think he's got a good heart. Otangelo, I hope you're listening. I think he has a good heart. I do. And I'm hoping that something is gonna get through that little Tortugan skull of his to whatever's left of his brain. So, anyway, alrighty, folks. Wow. Wow, we started off with the judgment seat of Christ and the great white throne judgment, and then we got into the fucking sheep and the goats, and then we got into shepherds that only save their sheep from the mouth of the bear to sell it or to eat it. And then somehow we got on the, oh yeah, Otangelo came in. Otangelo, I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you very much because oh my goodness, you are so good for this show. You're so fucking good for this show, Tangelo. I'm just saying, you're so fucking good for this show. I've got 16 people in here, which is more than I've ever had in my entire excuse me, in my entire YouTube live streaming. I've got 16 in here at one time, which is more than I've ever had in in my time in YouTube streaming. 17. And I gotta hand it all to you, Angelo. Of course not. We'd have 16 without you. But the problem is, you know, you you probably do a lot for my channel. I'm just saying, you know. I mean, seriously, it if you do not want people listening to me, you're not doing yourself a favor there, Tangelo. I agree, Ox. I agree. Well, that and the fact that he takes pleasure that people are going to be suffering for all eternity just because they don't agree with him, which is absolute bullshit. Tangelo, I care for you too. That's why I talk to you. If I didn't care about you, I wouldn't talk to you. Hey, Tom, thank you. No, Tangelo, I really do care about you. That's why I want to get you out of your fucking cult. Because you're wasting your life. You are wasting your life. And I think that's where I'm going to end it. We're closing in on an hour. Oh, I'm sorry, Ox. I'm sorry. Angela, I told you. Do I have to stop? Do I have to start timing you out every time you put up a bullshit Bible verse? Don't make me time you out every time you put up a bullshit Bible verse. If you wanna if you want to contribute to the conversation, don't put up your bullshit Bible verses. True, the African humanist, but you know what? You know what? There's hope. There's hope because I believe anybody can be unbrainwashed. But they have to want it first. And the thing about wanting it, Otangelo, is to see how fucking wrong you are. That is the first step to getting unbrainwashed. So, if you liked this stream, hit the like button or the thumbs down, the thumbs up or the thumbs down, it doesn't matter. I'd rather have thumbs up, but who cares? You know, if you don't like it, you know, do the thumbs down. Um, Comment in the comment section if you want to help the algorithm. And, um, let's see. Oh, I do have Blood for the Blood God t-shirts on my Teespring. So go check that out if you want one. And if you want to join this channel, you can. I would much appreciate it. Take care of yourself first. Always, always take care of yourself first. And yeah, I think that'll be it for today. Now that I've gotten all riled up. Anyway, you have a nice and wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, Germania. It's one of my go-to phrases. So anyway, have a great day, everyone. And I will have at least one edited video up this week, hopefully two. Bye.